You know, I'm feeling really bad for us. And by us, I mean the middle class, which is pretty much the majority of you all watching this. I'm almost positive. We are in such a crappy position, and I do want to talk about that because the Federal Reserve did have their meeting recently. So I want to kind of get into what they said and what this really means, because it's honestly pathetic. So let's get into all that and more. It's Crystal with the Cash Compass. All right, welcome back. I am here to teach you all the things that you should have learned in school about money, but for whatever reason, they forgot to mention it. Please be sure to subscribe and tell a friend. We talk about everything from personal finance to investing to the economy. Let's get into it. All right, so the Federal Reserve says they're going to keep interest rates low until the foreseeable future, looking like, I don't know, a couple of years. Oh, wait, I see something else back there. My mother effing savings going to complete crap, okay? But the way that they advertise this is, oh, we're doing this because we want to support the flow of credit to households. Credit? Excuse me? I don't want the flow of credit. I want the flow of checks, okay? I want the same treatment that the banks are getting and that these businesses are getting, okay? They're not getting credit. They're getting checks, okay? They might form it in a way that you think it's credit, but it's really not. And let me take a step back actually and explain. And explain what credit means. Credit is a real cute way of saying debt, okay? They want to supply some more debt to us and they want to make it easier for us to get into debt. Excuse me? When has anybody told you it's good to get into debt? All right. I might have said that up here, but it was for a reason, right? This kind of debt they want to get you into is not going to do you good, right? I mean, if you're going to be pouring back into a business, if you're going to be going into real estate and having income that you've calculated, sure. But the average American doesn't do that, and they know that. It's like, I almost wonder, it's really hard because you don't want to sound cynical. I don't want to come on here, especially because there's a lot of restrictions on what you can say on YouTube. So I don't want to come on here and share all my thoughts. But it is a little harder, and it's getting harder and harder to believe that these people genuinely have our interests at heart. I mean, there's no way, okay? Because back in the day, people could literally save and set themselves up for retirement, okay? All they had to do was work hard, put some money aside, and earn interest. That's it. They didn't have to have stock portfolios with crazy charts going up and down and index fund, this and that, things that they don't even understand, okay? The average American does not understand their 401k. I'm willing to put some money on it. They don't. They just get told what to do and they're like, yeah, okay. They see a chart or two explaining why everything is going up. And if you haven't seen my video on the stock market being complete BS, definitely click that up there. But they get these charts, you feel warm and fuzzy, and you just forget about it. I actually saw something that I thought was interesting, and it said that investing should be hard. It shouldn't be something that everybody could just download an app and do, right? Because before it was on the basis of, okay, let me look at this company. Let me actually analyze the company. Are they making money? Do I see this as an industry that's going to actually blow up? Okay, then let me put my money in there. But now all you have to do is say, oh crap, Tesla's going up. Let me ride that wave and then just sell it. That's not investing. That's speculation. And it's been morphed into thinking that it's investing. But investing is really, truly analyzing and seeing if you're going to put your money in something that actually makes sense, right? When you think of an investment, you don't think of it as, I'm going to just ride this wave. No, you think about it as, okay, this is going to actually be beneficial for me somehow, some way in the future. I believe in this. We don't do that now. We only speculate for the most part. Now, in a perfect world, people will be watching my channel and other channels like mine. They'll be getting educated, or this would be in schools, right? So you would come out into the world knowing how to manage your money, knowing that whether college is good for you or not, and really having a good understanding of what it means to budget, okay? But the government don't even know that. We see where they're at in the debt, okay? I'm gonna pop it right here. I love putting it here because you see how crazy this number is, right? They don't even know how to budget and balance their own checkbooks, okay? But we put so much faith in the system and it's just crazy, and they just tell us things like, yeah, we want to make sure you get more debt, we want to make sure it's easier for you to get into debt, sure, but what's the other side of that? That means your savings will continue to be an absolute joke. You will not be earning higher interest rates because they don't have any incentive to give you any higher interest rates. People aren't even really saving that much because they literally can't, right? People are unemployed, so now you have to kind of tap into whatever savings you had. And in a statistic that they actually did, they found that 70% of people don't even have $1,000. And obviously, statistics you have to kind of take with a grain of salt because you don't know where they were kind of doing their population sample. It wasn't they asked every single person in the world, right? So I don't know how true that number is, but whoever they did ask only had less than $1,000 in their bank account. So that puts perspective into into how much people are saving. And if people aren't saving or demanding higher savings, why would they raise the interest rate? They wouldn't. They don't even have to, and they damn sure won't, because these interest rates are going to remain rock bottom. Now, this might be a positive for some, but they also will probably keep mortgage rates low for the foreseeable future too, because things kind of move in tandem. When the Federal Reserve lowers their interest rates, normally the market responds by lowering their interest rates also. I mean, we've seen it back in the past where they keep on lowering the interest rates, and then your savings rate was also lowering, unless you had Chase, which is only giving you like 0.1%. So any lower, they're going to be charging you to keep your money in there, right? So basically, your savings is going to be a complete joke. And where are you going to run to if you want some yield? Where are you going to turn to when you need to make sure you have a good enough retirement fund so that when you are 75, you don't still have to be working? The stock market, which is what they want, right? Wall Street makes money no matter what's going on. They're going to charge you fees. If you lose all your money the next day, oh, well, they got their fees. So they don't really care about what you got going on, right? If they push everybody into Wall Street, Wall Street wins. The higher ups get their money because they're going to get more stocks. The stock market is going to increase. I mean, it's almost like everything just gets pushed right into the rich and just keeps on slapping us in the face. They also said they're going to continue buying mortgage-backed securities. And it sounds a little bit complicated. I've talked about this before on my channel, but I want to kind of go over it quickly again, what a mortgage-backed security is. When you have a loan, a mortgage with your home, okay? It could be commercial property or residential property. I'll talk about residential because it's a little bit more relatable. If you have a home and you have a loan, you went to Chase to get your mortgage, okay? Chase got your mortgage, and then they go ahead and sell it to somebody else, okay? You don't know what's going on. All you know is you get a notice saying, hey, guess what? Pay this person instead. And you're just like, whatever, right? But what they're doing is they're selling your mortgage and a whole bunch of people's mortgages. They tie it all together in this nice little bow, boom, and they call it a security. A security is just a collection of different assets, okay? And the Federal Reserve is going to continue buying this at $40 billion per month. Okay? I believe at this current moment they own 1/3 of these mortgage-backed securities that's outstanding in total, right? So are they going to own it all? Because the underlying asset are residential homes and commercial homes, and they're really only targeting these assets that are backed by the government, which means backed by us. If you've been on my channel long enough, you know I've told you that. When they say it's backed by the government, it's the middle class paying for it. Corporations barely pay any taxes, and people who are not making that much money also don't pay as much taxes. So the middle class is guaranteeing all these things. The Federal Reserve is buying it. If these people don't pay their mortgage, guess what? We're going to pay the mortgage through our taxes. So it's a very crazy system. So they're buying that at $40 billion per month. And I don't know the answer to this question. So if you guys have any thoughts, what do you think happens if they own it all, or they own the majority of these properties? I mean, what does that mean for the average investor and the average person wanting to buy a property? The Federal Reserve's balance sheet is increasing at this rate, over $1 trillion a year. And honestly, I've never seen that kind of money in my life. So I want to put this into perspective for you guys, okay? You would have to spend $2.7 billion with a B, billion dollars a day. $2 billion a day to make up $1 trillion in a year. Let it sink in. Let it soak. Let it marinate. If that was me, I would have bought a whole planet, okay, and I would have been out of here. And you know what's really sad about this? This whole pandemic, people have been stressed out. There's been a lot of social causes going on. Of course, we see Black Lives Matter. We see looting. We see rioting, and we also see protesting. We're seeing a lot of people kind of getting upset, right? And this is not only in America. I mean, this is going across different countries too. But look at where the rioting and the violence is being targeted. The Wendy's, the Target for some lamps. I mean, the police buildings. Where's the Federal Reserve? They out there in the shadows just looking, okay? They couldn't even be bothered. No one even knows what the hell the Federal Reserve is. And that's really what they need to be attacking. Again, not condoning violence. I don't know who's watching this. I don't want the Federal Reserve. You know, I want no problems, right? But look how misplaced the anger is. Like, it's unbelievable how they can distract people so badly that they rather just go against each other and focus on politics, Democrats, Republicans, black, white. The real enemy is in the cloud somewhere, minding their own business, watching everybody go crazy, okay? While they just kind of boop, 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 snatch up the wealth. It's crazy. I don't get it. And honestly, at this point, I'm happy I don't have to make these kind of decisions because it's really tough, right? Because what do? The right thing to do is to let the economy crash. Don't provide support, right? Because we have to learn how to be dependent and self-sufficient out here. That's what they always tell you. And those same people who are telling you that is also trying to give you a whole bunch of aid. No, it doesn't make any sense. you should be self-sufficient. It's going to be so painful. I mean, it might be even a decade worth of pain and trying to regrow. But if we structured our system in a way that didn't only work on getting into debt, and we changed kind of the American dream narrative into working hard, getting out of debt, being financially free, and then YOLOing it up, right? No, the whole idea is we are Americans. We're supposed to be drinking Starbucks every day. We're supposed to be out here living our best lives, catching flights, not feelings. Like, I mean, the whole narrative is all twisted, okay? And we need to really focus on kind of rebuilding. It would be crappy. We all might lose our jobs, right? But at least the generations ahead of us would be in a better position, right? Because then we could actually build it on the right things, the right principles. And I think I'm definitely sounding like an idiot because this probably will never happen, right? Because those in charge don't want that to happen. At least it doesn't seem like it, okay? So what do? We just kick the can down the road. And it's like, well, hopefully I die before all this stuff actually hits the fan, right? And we just kind of say, maybe the next generation, it won't be my problem because I'll be, who knows where I'll be? Maybe I'll be in heaven. Maybe I'll be a caterpillar. Like, whatever your belief is, right? We don't really care about them because we're worrying about us now. But what do you guys think the best decision is? Should we just keep on increasing the debt and just kind of pray that we can keep on doing this? Or should we go through the pain now and then raise awareness and actually create a system that makes more sense? I want to hear from you. But that will do it. If you like this video, then please like this video and share with your friends. And if anything else going on, you know what to do. Go ahead and binge watch me. And until next time, keep your money up.